Hello Java learners, welcome back to Stepping Up. Today we are unraveling the magic of Java generics, a powerful feature that adds a whole new layer of flexibility and type safety to our code. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you are ready to dive into the world of generic, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any query, please write down in the comment below. Let's start. First, the topic that we are covering. First of all, introduction to generic classes, generic methods, wildcard in generics, and benefits and use cases of generics. So let's start with first, what is generics? Generics in Java provide a way to create classes, interfaces, methods that operate with a placeholders for the data type. This enhances the code readability, reusability, and type safety. This is one of the benefit of the generic. So it is introduced in J2SE5 to deal with the type safety objects only. It makes code stable by detecting the bugs at the compile time. Before this generic, we can store any type of object in collections. That is non-generic. Now generic forces the Java programmers to store a specific type of objects. It has various advantages. The three main importance of Java generic is type safety, code reusability, and eliminating the need of typecasting. If we talk about the type safety, it means we have various types like integer, data, means strings what we are using. So we can hold only single type of object in a generic. It doesn't allow to store other objects. So it creates its safety. Next is code reusability, means we can reuse the code easily, and in it eliminate the use of typecasting. So there is no need to use typecast in the methods. So these all are our importance. One more important feature is compile time checking. It is checked at the compile time, so no problem will not occur at the runtime. So the good programming strategy says it is far better to handle the program problems whatever they are at the compile time than runtime. So these are its benefits. Now next is, what are the generic classes or methods we are using? So class or interface with one or more type of parameters. So and parameterized types replaces the actual types. So here we are using one type of class. So interface with one or more type of parameter we can create. So example is like that. We have created the generic and public void put t items and this content and t get and return the content. So this is the basic general class that we have designed. Next is the generic method. So method can introduce their own type of parameters, and type parameter can be different from the class level type of parameters. So if we see, so here if we have the array list, if we talk about when we are using the array list class, but we can use any collections: array list, linked list, hash set, tree set, hash map, comparator as per our requirements. So there is, we can create its methods also. So we have used this so for these parameters. So this is the generic methods, and like the generic class we can generate generic methods, and these accept any type of arguments, and the scope of argument is limited to the method where it is declared. It allows static as well as non-static methods. So that's the way. And if we talk about the generic classes, so it that refers to any types or is known as generic class, and we are using here the t type parameters to create the generic class of a specific type. Wildcard in generics. So wildcards in generics also plays very important role, and we can identify this with the help of this question mark sign. This means that we are using here the wildcard, and it means that if we write here this question mark and extends the numbers, so it means that any child class of numbers like integer, float, double, so we can call the methods of number classes through any child class objects. And we can use wildcard as a type of parameter, field, return type, local variables. However, it is not allowed to use the wildcard as a type argument for the generic methods. So generic class instance creations or the super type we are using. So this is basically wildcard. It is represented by this question mark, and here we write the items. So it is the unknown type. Next is the benefit of generic. So we know that is the type safety, whatever the type of parameters we are using. So it provides its safety at compile time, code clarity and readability, and increase the code reusability, and also enhance the code flexibility. So these are all benefits of code generic. Next is, what is the use cases of generics? So we are using collections framework here: list, map, hash set, hash map, array list, linked list, like that. So it can use collection frameworks and custom data structure, algorithm operating on the different types. So we have different types, so we can use different algorithm on the basis of that. So these are different use cases of this case. Next is example of generic in collection. So see, this is list, string, name. This is the list. It is of string type, names, new array list, and this is blank. So we are adding names dot add allies by double column. So only the string will add into that. So that's why we add like this: names dot add, nums dot add. So like that we add generic in collections. Next one is the type eraser. So it is generic in Java, use the type erasers, and it is generic type information. It is not available at the runtime. So we are using it erased during the compilation only. So this eraser we are using, so its role is just to erase, means work during the before the runtime. So it is erasing the content that we have created. So see, erase during the compilation only. So that's all about this generic methods. So we have covered the fundamental of generic classes, methods, wildcards, or bounded type parameters, interfaces, and what are the use cases, best practices, importance. So armed with this knowledge, you are ready to level up your Java programming. If this journey through generic was enlightening, hit that like button, share it with your fellow coders, and don't forget to subscribe for more Java wisdoms. Thanks for joining me today. Happy coding, and I will catch you in next topic.